Hello and be welcome here in the video, in this space with me on the embodied flow. I'm Helga and I'm so honored and so happy to connect with you for today's session. And I hope that you are glad to be taking a little self-care moment for you today. So when you are ready to start, place your yoga mat somewhere in your home where you have a bit of privacy and you can just maybe close the door near a window and just have your own space. Today we're gonna flow through some yoga poses and also just some intuitive feels and maybe a little bit of workout exercises here and there, we'll see. I've also just made a beautiful space for me and for you. Have some roses here, a little magical things here as well, so we'll see how we're gonna use that. So for starters, I'd like to invite you to just come and sit in the middle of your mat, cross-legged like I am. If you have a yoga brick, you're very welcome to place that under your sitting bones, just like I have. Alternatively, you can take a pillow or a big book or a folded a jumper. And let's just breathe a bit here at the beginning of the class, claiming our space, claiming our presence, just letting anything else from the day go onto the side. So just starting to inhale and exhale in any way that feels good to you. Maybe you inhale softly and smoothly, or maybe you're huffing and puffing quite loudly just to let that out. Do whatever feels good. So I'm gonna do my own breath now and you do yours as well. No. And as you continue to breathe, I'm gonna stroke this little Tibetan bowl a few times just for us to connect to some beautiful healing sounds to accompany our breath. Three more inhales and exhales here. And one last one, inhaling together. And exhaling everything. Well done. Hopefully you feel in a new space, just ready to start to connect to your body and move. So as we slowly get out of our seated cross-legged position, just notice your feet, notice your ankles as you get out of this pose. Maybe you want to let your toes spread out and back in, or maybe it feels good to sit on your heels just for a moment. And then in your own time, please come and lay down on the yoga mat on your back. And if you did have a yoga brick or that pillow, please have that to hand. We're going to use it in a minute. So laying on the yoga mat, we're going to have the knees bent with the soles of feet touching the mat. And the palms can just touch the floor. And I'm going to invite you to relax your shoulders. Maybe it feels good to lift the shoulders and the head slightly off the mat and readjust yourself. And then same with the hips, perhaps lifting the lower back off the mat and back up to really feel comfy. Now continuing just with your normal breath, you're going to press your lower back into the mat. And then arching the back slightly, so we go between a few movements of pressing the lower back into the mat and then arching the back, so the back is kind of off the mat. So just finding your rhythm. Maybe it feels good to do one breath, one movement. And 2 more times together, once pressing lower back into mat and then lower back away from the mat, pressing into the ground and arching the back. Beautiful. Now join the soles of your feet together for butterfly, letting the knees fall out to the side. Hands can stay on the ground or they come on the belly if that feels nice. So trying your best here, so just to really be super light in a way, like you're a river or a little drop of water and you're not resisting in any way. Your body is just there on the ground with the knees falling out and the hips are at ease. And it's almost like you're made out of air or water, just really letting your body float. Letting your lower back get some release, letting your hips softly open. Maybe it feels nice to roll your head onto one side and then onto the other. while you hold your butterfly pose. Just giving the neck a bit of a release as well. Now slowly bringing your knees back together. The palms can come back on the ground. It might feel lovely to have the fingers a bit spread on the floor, so you have space between your fingers. And then we're going to come and just let our knees fall onto the right side. So I keep my shoulders on the ground, I keep my flat hands onto the floor, and simply the knees move and fall out to one side. And then bringing those knees back to center and let them fall into the other side. And back to center. Grab your yoga brick or your pillow and place it right under your lower back. Just kind of between your lower back and your butt. Feet are on the mat, knees are bent. Now there's a few options for the hands. The hands can stay on the floor, or they can come on the belly, or they can go up to sky and above your head and just land somewhere around your ears. And staying here for a few seconds, enjoying this really delicious pose, restorative and grounding pose. Relieving your lower back. Let your belly be super soft here. We're not holding any sort of anything in the belly, just let it be super soft like a marshmallow. Now, if you had your hands above your head, bring them back alongside you. And then prepare to lift your legs up to sky beautifully. That should feel quite nice. So we have that brick or that pillow under the butt. And we just lift those beautiful legs up to sky in whatever way feels nice to you. You might like to spread your toes here or turn your feet in a circular motion to stretch your ankles. You might like to flex your feet towards you. So if you're looking at your toes, flexing them up and down so you stretch the back of the legs, the hamstrings. And just breathing into that. It might feel nice to just play around like a kid and bring your knees a bit down and then back up, or move one leg then the other, or take your feet apart, just whatever really feels good to you. And then eventually bringing those feet back onto the earth. And taking the prop from under your back, place it onto the side. And come and find a tabletop position on the middle of the mat. So the hands are stacked nicely under the shoulders. There's lots of space between the fingers and the palms are really flat. Your knees are right under your hips. Starting to look up, dropping the belly low. And then looking down between your hands, rounding the back. And now you're looking between your knees. Doing a few of these cat-cows in your own time. So the cat is the one where the back is rounded like an angry cat, and the cow is the one where the back is arched. If you want, you can also take this into circular motions here with your hips, so kind of swaying the hips right to left onto the side. Beautiful. Now slowly coming back to center. For thread the needle. So for thread the needle, I come and thread my right hand under the left armpit. The right side of face rests on the mat. Option to extend your left arm. So extend it in front of you. You can also extend your left leg, so now you're even more onto your right shoulder. That shoulder is pressing into the ground, and that gives the shoulder a beautiful release. And come back to center and thread your needle on the other side. So left arm threads under the right armpits with the same options of extending arm and leg as well. And coming out of thread the needle, finding your tabletop again. Extend your left leg, so lifting that left leg in a nice long line away from the floor. Pushing through the heel, and we're gonna do 10 little pulses up, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place your foot down, same on the other side. Lifting that right leg up, heel pushing through, toes facing down. And 10 little pulses up with the thigh and glute starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Place that foot down. Lifting the left leg again, this time with the knee bent. And we're gonna come and kick the heel up 10 times, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same on the other side, right leg, 10 times with me now. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes. Left leg again, this time with the knee bent. The leg or the knee is gonna come out to the side like you're a dog and you're peeing by a tree. 10 times now, out with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Same on the other side, right leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Take your knees out for child's pose. Take whatever version of child's pose that feels good to you. So maybe your knees are like really wide out, maybe they're a bit closer together. You can have the hands under your head like a pillow, or you can have the arms extended in front of you. Really feeling your body melt a little bit here into the earth. Feeling yourself, connect to yourself and the aliveness within you. Now, if you had your hands under the head, take them away and extend your arms. And then walk your hands a little bit over to one side and then the other. So still in your child's pose. Breathing on one side and then the other. Ooh, that should feel quite nice. And back to center. Come and sit on the mat in the middle. Facing the horizon. Lifting the legs up for boat pose. Option 1 is to have the hands here under the thighs, holding under the knees, looking right between the toes. Option 2, palms up to sky. From your boat pose, we're gonna tap 10 times the heels down. So starting with the right, then the left, alternating 10 times, starting with me now, the right leg. 1, back up, left leg, 2, and so forth. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back to your boat pose. Feel the fire of this. You can do it. Definitely helps to have the hands under here if you want that version now. Looking ahead between your toes. And slowly place your heels back down, legs extended. Now we're going to come into a forward fold here, so taking the legs out really wide, lots of space between the thighs. And just allowing yourself to settle for a second before you bend down. So nice straight chest, the heart center really leading with a lot of light and power. Maybe it feels good to close your eyes. This is certainly not about how it looks, it's really about how it feels to you. And then starting to lean down with your heart center towards the floor in that direction. And just letting the hands hold onto the legs, or maybe the palms touch the floor, just really whatever feels good to you. I'd like to invite you to close your eyes if you haven't already, and just be present with this shape, with this sensation in your forward fold pose. Breathing with the sound bowl, just synchronizing your presence with this sound. And there's no need to hold too tightly onto anything in your forward fold. Let it be soft and gentle, yet deep, but just right for you. Gently letting your chest come away from the floor, finding your seated position again, facing the horizon. Bringing the legs back together. And then coming into a figure of 4. So let's start with the left leg. Right foot is bent. Left ankle over right thigh. Nice little stretch here. Looking right ahead. Palms of hands touching the floor by your back. And switch your legs. Your head can be soft here. Space between your lips, let the breath come in and out at ease. And take your foot off now and come and sit on your knees, still in the middle of the mat. The toes are tucked under. And now I'm standing on my knees, preparing for camel pose. It's a beautiful opener, quite intense, but really, really good for the chest, the shoulders, the heart space, and the whole back. Hip flexors as well here at the front of the thighs. So camel pose, starting to open my chest, hands at the back, strong lower back and core, looking up, head between the shoulders, and the hands come and catch the heels, really pushing the pubic bones out to the horizon. Staying here for a few breaths. And carefully getting out of the pose by pushing one hand out and in front of you and then the other. And come and lay down on your back. Grabbing that yoga brick again or your pillow and place it here right under your calves. So kind of calves or just under here close to the ankles. And lay down with the back flat. Connecting your heart space, your pulse, your aliveness right now with the earth, synchronizing and plugging into the earth's energy. You are part of her, and as a woman are actually very similar to her, her cyclical nature and seasons, death and rebirth. So inviting you to stay here, if you like this pose, with a brick under your calves. Or if you want to come into a classic Shavasana resting pose, it would be the same pose, just without the brick. Absorbing all the goodness of your practice with beautiful healing sounds. Letting your whole face relax. Letting your shoulders relax. Upper back. Chest. The whole belly, middle back and lower back and hips. Let your thighs be soft and relaxed, knees as well, calves, ankles, and all 10 toes. And remind yourself that you are beautiful and absolutely great as you are right here in this moment. You do not need to change anything about your real self, who you are at your core. Starting to move your toes a little bit, breathing deeper. Moving your hands and fingers. And in your own time, come up to a seated position. Just take it very slow, no need to rush. Maybe it feels good to roll onto one side and push yourself up away from the floor. And slowly come and face me in a cross-legged position. And to close the practice together, all of us beautiful women joining the class today, let's join our hands here, right and left palm, touching, and bringing those hands up to the forehead for good and empowering thoughts today and this week. Hands to mouth for good and empowering words about yourself this week. And finally, hands to heart for good and empowering actions for yourself today and the whole rest of this week. I hope you enjoyed today's session and that you feel good and grounded and energized after. Feel free to come and say hello to me in the comments. I'd love to know your name and which country you're joining from, and maybe which pose or which moment was your favorite today. Take care, and I'll see you next time.